Hello folks, I'm Francie and I speak 2 languages, developer and also compliance for the EU AI Act. In these videos, we will be reviewing in practical terms how we can implement security measures, controls to comply with mainly the Annex IV for the EU AI Act. So let's start. Let's start. We will be working today evaluating the model cards as a part of the third-party risk management process. And in our previous videos, we were discussing the same clause that mentions the modules that you use to provide the AI system, but there is something specific that they mention if you use pre-trained system provided by third parties. You also need to include it in your technical documentation. So in that sense, let's make the same assumptions, 2 assumptions, that you are developing a high-risk system and you are also the provider of this high-risk system, both of them based on the EU AI Act. But now we will be including another assumption, and is that you are using a general purpose AI to develop your AI system. What means general purpose? In general, the foundational models available in the market that provides general purpose. With this GPAI, you develop your high-risk system. Then, as a part of the third-party risk management process, you should include the evaluation that you perform about the third party or the vendor, that this is also part of the risk management. And as we mentioned in previous videos, risk management is also part of the Annex IV. So if you develop this part of the process, you are also complying with the risk management process and also with the Annex IV. And to evaluate the general purpose that you are using to develop your system, in internet you can find the model cards and also the terms of service, and with that you can evaluate how they develop also their system, right? So let's make examples of what I'm saying here. Let's make the assumption that you are using Anthropic to develop your system, that is your pre-trained model, and they have in their site all the model cards applicable to each model. So let's make the assumption that you are using Claude Sonnet, and you can read the system card. The system card is all the information that they provide about how they perform or develop their system, all the model training, the safeguards, and all the evaluations they perform about how is the system performing. And in the same sense that we were discussing in previous videos, for example, they mentioned what is the data that they use to train the model, for example. And here is all the technical information that you need to understand to have a better information about what is the expectation about how the AI system. And another topic that you also should evaluate is the terms of service about how you are obtaining the module, because if you are using the model through AWS or Azure, etc., another third party, usually they provide the terms of service to evaluate how it's expected that you implement safeguards and more technical capabilities, besides that all the capabilities that the model has itself. And here you can see all the terms that they say that is the responsibility, your responsibilities, etc. But making one example, limitations and of outputs. Here they mention that is customer responsibility. Note that customer in this sense is you, because you are the customer of Anthropic and you are also developing an AI system to provide to your customers. But in this case, is your responsibility to evaluate if the outputs are appropriate or are performing as expected. So this is important because if you are developing a specific purpose AI system, you need to evaluate the outputs that the general purpose is providing to implement the correct guardrails and all the measures that you can implement to provide a specific purpose AI. So this is only an example, but it's important to evaluate all the commercial terms of service that is also part of the third-party risk management process. Thanks for joining, and if you like this content, please subscribe and share this information with your colleagues. Bye bye!